Yeah, okay. Yeah, we could call them sexy. We've done this multiple times with different names.
I'll try and pronounce it if you want.
Uh,
Sui
Suison,
Suizin
Suizin, and we're
Suizin
actually getting into the draft, so you should
Soyo.
give up there, and we'll just get into the draft. Um, Thanks for that, though, Sean. We will call them sexy most likely, because I mean, who doesn't like to be called sexy? And we could call RNO Rhino.
And this guy, I like this guy's name
And
So
look at these
because
bands.
he's so sexy, you know?
Yeah, it's very true. And if we look at these bands already, very different. At least from like Mikio was banned a decent amount, and Cleopatra as well, but never to this extent.
Yeah, not first ban, never first ban.
Yes, exactly. So very strange there from that. But there we see an Aiden
Looks
band
like
who's usually which is usually, you know, I feel like that's a normal band, and Una as well, who's been pretty typical. So we see no Freya, and this is where we're gonna see if Freya really was nerfed as hard as she should have been.
yeah, I'm excited to see if teams are still gonna pick her because
You
not
see,
banning her, she's gonna be open.
for sure, and I'm excited to see as well if Ares is going to be a pick, and I feel like he will be, just because yes, his damage was nerfed and a lot of things changed with him, but his damage wasn't the reason why he was so strong. Yes, it allowed him to help in 1v1 situations in lanes, but his damage in general wasn't the reason why he was so strong. In my opinion, I feel like his ultimate was the main reason, where he could just taunt another enemy down and they can really do nothing about it. And we do see
Yeah, I
Grom
agree.
being taken out as well. And Cow actually being picked up first pick here. And I've heard some things about Cow, and I don't know if they're 100% true.
Yeah, Kakao is just one of those heroes that can really get in your face and do a lot of damage. But in terms of CC, crowd control, he's not that strong. So we'll just have to see if RNO can pick a team comp that could really revolve around Cao for him to output all of his damage. And it looks like Apollo and Crystal gets picked up for Sexy.
Yeah, and I'm liking Apollo. I mean, he was always a strong pick, and I think with the nerfs of all these heroes, it actually does make him a little bit of a stronger pick come forward. And Crystal did get a little bit of nerfs, not too much, just slight on her damage, so I can see why she's still a very viable pick. And Vince, obviously one of the best carries in the game with that range, and we see no sign of Freya, absolutely zero sign of Freya, which was expected from you and I.
Yeah, it looks like Freya's just, I don't know. Well, the draft's still not over.
No, definitely
Sexy
isn't.
still has to pick a range carry, but it looks like
They,
they're hovering Pyrus.
yeah, it looks like they do pick
Oh, they
Pyrus
picked it.
actually with the Guan Yu, and Guan Yu with no nerfs, and he was always a consistent pick. So good to see him back out here. And we are looking at right now. Poseidon was picked up previously. He had a little bit of nerfs as well, but still very strong in my
Ooh,
opinion with that
Lunaria.
alt. And Lunaria, so strong with Poseidon.
Yeah, they're gonna have that combo. They'll probably run the Lunaria mid, and they'll be able to take full control. Just she'll probably rotate and start sniping people. But I like the Poseidon pick. It really gives Cao a way to shine. If Poseidon can land a pretty big ult, Cao will be able to do a big spin on top and output all of his damage. But the Electros pick was kind of weird to me. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty good actually. They have a lot of single target stuns from Guan Yu and Apollo, which, if Electros can just run around the map kind of freely, he can create a lot of havoc. So I kind of like it. But my only issue right now is they don't really have a crazy tank and frontliner coming out from RNO, and I think I am favoring Sexy's lineup, or SXSY. It's so hard to say
Yeah,
on the
just say
fly.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Troops deploy in 5 seconds.
But I tend to agree. I think Sexy's lineup is definitely more well-rounded. It looks like they have everything they need. They have the tanks, they have their CC, they have their damage output. Whereas RNO, they're kind of lacking on the tank side.
Yeah, I agree. They don't really have any tanks, but they will have a lot of damage output. So if they can gain this lead, and we didn't really talk too much about Zhao Yun, who did get a bit of a update, a hero rework, and he is picked in this matchup. So very good there from Sexy. Maybe discovering something that no other team has found out yet.
Get a little harass here from Vince in the bot lane with that speed buff.
Yeah, onto
Doing
the
some good
Apollo.
poke.
It seems like he's just healing up right now. And if we look at their vision right now, very good vision, just around, you know, jungle areas. And they're actually going to jump in and contest this jungle in the bottom lane. I really like this from Vince and Cow because they cleared the wave so quickly.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really nice play. And that really screwed up 7UP's rotations now because he lost a lot of time. He got those wolves to half, and he just has to retreat and run across the map to go and farm a little bit. So
Exactly. Very good coming out. And RNO Matt right now, Electro's just kind of running around, keeping this Poseidon in the off lane, just to allow him to push. And Vince just steadily farming in this lane so far.
yeah, they're gonna have so much push with Cow spin. I feel like they're gonna be able to get like a decent amount of chunk damage on this tower. You can see this wave. Vince is probably just gonna hit the tower a little bit here.
Yeah,
Might even
there's
get it
nothing
to
they
half.
can really do. You know, Apollo yet to have his dive. He is not at level 4, so he can't really jump onto this Vince to put pressure on him. And Dragon is going to come up in 50 seconds, so we're going to see if that is a factor. And who can actually, you know, gain onto it. And Russell here just doesn't seem like they're really doing as much in their jungle. But they are clearing it together with Vince and the Cow.
Yeah, they're pretty much just gonna clear it together, rotate a little bit, go clear the wave. Now they're gonna take the buff. That spin damage is just doing so much work. You can see all the damage put out in that bottom tower already.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing here from RNO though. They're clearing waves together, allowing them to push this wave. Yeah, they might not get as much experience while they're sticking together and not, you know, farming the whole map, but they're pushing the wave and it allows them to actually get aggressive in the enemy jungle. And we do see a rotation here from Lunaria going into top as well as Crystal. Maybe this might be the first fight. Trying to get wards on, does actually get some vision on the buff, but Dragon did spawn, so there might be a huge fight here. A TP in from Zhao Yun into this top lane, and it looks like they're contesting this buff. Vince and Cow are going to rotate. Looks like they might try to go for a jump, but Guan Yu does use his stun onto the buff, and looks like nothing is coming out of this. Dragon is up, and they are going to initiate here on the Apollo. Apollo does jump in. He does jump back out, so does Zhao Yun. Does good damage onto the Poseidon. Good damage. 4-man ult, or 2-man ulti from Poseidon. Cow does jump in, does crazy amounts of damage, gets a second kill onto Zhao Yun. Guan Yu trying to get a kill on Electros, not able to. He does run away, and that is a 3-for-1 in favor of RNO.
Yeah, RNO just played that so well, and Cow, you can see the damage output with those spins, getting himself a triple kill. That was absolutely insane. Now they're gonna secure this dragon. They won't be able to contest.
Yeah, it was
Really
a good
well played
ulti there from Poseidon there. It was played by Flo. He does use a great ultimate there. It lands on 2 and it allows him to just output so much damage with Lunario. Just, you know, great play there from Flo.
Yeah, and it looks like the lanes there are just going to reset. Cow does port bot, which I think is the right play. Poseidon also going to rotate with them. Look at that spin damage. Clears the creeps instantly. This tower might actually fall.
Yeah, it
Vince
looks
actually
like
ports as well.
there's 3 of them. They could go for a dive. Crystal does rotate. Looks like Zhao Yun will take over the middle here. Looks like they just push back, go to standardized lanes. Electro stay in that top lane, probably because he's very hard to dive and kill, as you know he does have that immunity to lockdown.
Yeah, Vince picks himself up a damage buff, so he's going to be able to pretty much kill this tower, I feel.
You see this from Cow as well, his first item. Golden cannon. Straight first item, straight into that crit.
He's going to be melting.
Yeah, he's going to be doing lots of damage, and we've seen this before on many heroes. Gotta get that ult, but just before that happens, they are going to go on to 7UP, who is getting gone on. Electro's coming in, is going to go on to 7UP as well. Good ulti from Poseidon onto 2. Good ultimate from Lunario, who does end up the kill onto Zenith, and Guan Yu does drop as well. So that is 2 going in favor of RNO. Good damage there from Russell onto Momo, but Momo does back up. Good plays then. Vince is going to get this free tower in the bottom lane, as he was pushing that whole time.
Yeah, that was a really well set up combo for RNO. We saw Poseidon ult 2 of them there, and Electros immediately reacted. He used his sprint right on top of both, dropped his ult, CC'd them, and they were able to pick up both kills, so really well played to them.
Yeah, good play there from Flo, who definitely is having a good game on this Poseidon. Not afraid to get in there, and you can see him, he kind of just ran at 7UP there and just kept right-clicking him, and he was like, alright, if you're going to stand here, I'm just going to ult both of you, and, you know, they do pick up 2 kills from that. And they are grouped as
Nice little
5
poke
right
here.
now, and here's Flo going in again. You see how he's playing very
Yeah, he's not hesitating
afraid.
at all.
And this
Nice
is a
little
good
stun
play.
there by Vince, but he does jump over the wall. Poseidon, he's in there deep though. He does all 2 of them, but in the back line, Electro's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna run away, he makes it out. Lunaria snipe actually lands right onto 7-Up, and mega kill coming out for Russell. He's just doing so much damage with that cannon.
he got onto Momo in that backline and was just spinning and spinning and spinning, and they couldn't really do much to him. So much damage output from Russell, and Russell does kick some poke here. Does actually get away, and Sexy's falling farther and farther behind. Now we're roughly 10k behind. We see this Electros and Vince also split pushing, just increasing their goal lead by being solo in these lanes.
Yeah, Vin's gonna just pretty much split push this top tower. They won't be able to contest this at all. And yeah, that's a free tower there.
Your team has destroyed
Really well played by RNO, really using the entire map.
I agree.
Knowing when to fight, when to split push. And they keep forcing, like, as soon as their ults are up, they group as 5. Right now you see Flo playing so aggressive. He knows he has that invulnerability where he can go underground. He's able to play so aggressive and just pretty much look for enemies that are stacked on each other. They're trying to land a big ult.
Yes, and Flo looks like he's gonna go in from the back. He does use a spear onto 2. Good cow. Good cow spear onto 2 of them as well. Good damage coming out here from RNO. And they do drop 2. They will drop another with this. Zhao Yun ultimately dropping. Tower does hit this Electros, and it is gonna fall in favor of RNO. 10-1 the score, going in favor of RNO. What can Sexy do here? Because they're definitely not bringing Sexy back.
That's a disaster for Sexy. They're definitely not looking so sexy this game.
No, definitely not. And RNO looks like the sexier team in this game. And Apollo is going to try to jump in. They are very low. They do get onto the Poseidon. Good stun there. Good damage there from Pyrus. They're going to try to keep following up here on this Electros, but he's just too fast. But look what's happening in the bottom lane. No TPs are up. Only on Pyrus to defend this bottom tower, and this might actually go in the way of Vince if he can just chunk this down quickly.
Yeah, RNO in the top lane kind of overstaying their welcome a little bit, but it allowed Vince and Cao Cao here to just split push and get an easy tower, so that's a really good trade coming out for RNO.
Yeah, very good trade there from RNO.
Also, I'd just like to talk about the Zakar and what changed, especially with the creeps. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Zakar after 9 minutes, which is coming up, 30 seconds, and after 9 minutes, they do, your troops do get a buff, as well as your teammates, when you do kill Zakar. So he is going to be a very contested, what is it called? A very contested objective, on the map for many teams, because that buff on troops just allows the troops themselves to be split pushers rather than you having to do it. So definitely does have a very strong, buff attached to Zakar. And we see Poseidon here in the top lane split pushing. And do you think
it definitely allows you to siege a lot better, because that was the main problem where people would push, but because the other team had such good wave clear, the creeps would just die instantly and you wouldn't be able to do anything. They hold that thought. Poseidon actually ultis right onto Zhao Yun. Cao Cao doing so much damage in the backline. Big snipe from Lunaria. Frozen Scepter going down with Zhao Yun. He's in a lot of trouble. 7-Up. He actually dashes out though. Guan Yu jumps onto Electros. Can't find him though. Nice stun by Vince. Gets the kill. And only a 1 kill in that fight.
That damage from Cao Cao, holy smokes. Melts 2 of them in that backline. Does not get the kills, but wow, they have to run.
Yeah, just in a matter of seconds. Nice little poke there, and it looks like Lunaria's in a lot of trouble.
Psycho is
Apollo
dead.
dashes on.
Good pick there from Sexy.
Blown up.
Yeah, it's a good pick. They knew that the other team just ran off with their vision in the jungle, so I think Psycho actually thought that he was gonna be okay, but Team Sexy does actually catch them out.
Yeah, and they're starting Zakar here, which I really like. Russell's actually going to be able to melt it with his godly cannon here. He might have to actually ult. He's taking so much damage from Zakar.
Yeah, he does actually. Zakar is killed, and we do see these creeps now have a little buff onto them to help their team. So will be, creeps will be a little stronger in their favor. It is a thing though of the longer the game goes on, the better the buff is. So early on, the buffs are definitely not as strong than if you take Zakara in the later stages. And right now we're just looking at things going on in this map, and it just seems like nothing is really happening.
Yeah, RNO is probably just gonna have to wait a little bit until they get their ults up. I think Poseidon is the only one with his ult up right now. But I'm excited to see if these super creeps are actually gonna do a significant amount of damage, and it looks like Vince, he's just shredding the crystal with the AoE damage, doing so much damage there. Oh my god, he almost blew up 2 people.
Yeah, that was pretty good play there from Zenith onto that Vince. Vince almost just gets melted. Look, he's so low now that they can't really push. It's very risky for them to push. Poseidon is going to jump in. So is Electros. They are going to try to look for something. Ooh, good Lunaria. On to Zhao.
Oh my god,
and there's Vince. They need to go in here. Oh, Pyrus, so much damage. Ultimate. And Lunaria actually does get the kill on to Momo. Poor Momo.
Vince popping his ult now. He actually is going to hit the tower with that range. You can see it. Just he's absolutely shredding it. Electros, he actually goes in, does a little bit of poke there. I think they can actually get to the tower here. It looks like they're going to go in. Electros going in deep. And the big snipe from Lunaria. Cao doing so much damage with a spin. They need to retreat. This might actually be game fatal.
Yep, 3 versus 5. Can they hold on? Pyrus will become out. Guan Yu does jump in, but he does get good damage from Crystal onto the Vince.
Crystal absolutely shredding
Very
people.
good defense here from Sexy. They are holding on very far behind though, roughly 25k behind in this game.
Although RNO, they did lose Vince, they got that base turret, so it was definitely a very, very good trade. They're able to fall back, take both buffs now.
These side creeps as well actually did so much damage to these towers. Bottom tower and top tower.
You can really see the power of the Zakar buff now. It's actually, you know, the creeps actually push in and do a great amount of damage. So
definitely, we can see these scores right now. Cao sitting on 7-0-2, and with that Jade's Heart, not allowing him to get stunned is going to be a very hard kill, as you know, he does have that ultimate as well that doesn't allow him to die. So he's just having 2 great abilities there to just never, you know, get caught out. Sitting at 7-0-2 here. Poseidon with 10 assists, doing his job as a frontliner, and he is building like a frontliner.
Yeah, I really like how he built tank, because that's definitely something they were lacking.
Yeah.
And he's able to just go in and look for a play, and even if he gets initiated on, he uses invulnerability. So I definitely like the playstyle here. Just using him as a pretty much a tank.
Yeah, him and Electros, they are using as tanks in this game, which I think are they have the right idea, because they are very mobile. You can get in and out of fights very easy. Good damage out onto Kenpachi. Once again, this Vince taking the brunt of the damage here from Sexy.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for this bottom turret. It is really low. Poseidon lands a big ulti there. Electro is also on top, and the snipe from Lunaria. Cao doing so much damage with a spin. He's doing so much damage in the backline, but 7-Up actually makes it out there. Good invulnerability from Lunaria, and the spin on top.
Might be game. Looks like it is gonna be game, going in favor of RNO, taking the first game of the series versus team. I mean, sexy, but not so sexy in this match, that's for sure. 16-4 the score, and you know what? It was basically an utter domination there from RNO.
Yeah, I felt like I preferred Sexy's lineup coming into this game, but after watching RNO just play their team composition out, I definitely liked RNO's lineup a little bit better, because I felt like they had the right idea, you know, using Poseidon as a tank and pretty much just having him be the playmaker, and it pretty much just set up his entire team, you know, for Russell, the Cao to go in and spin, and then Matt would go on top with Electros and drop his ult as well, and then the snipe would just like demolish everybody. So it's definitely well thought out for RNO, so congrats to them taking first game.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Cao did do so much work there, but I'm pretty sure he does have, you know, a little bit of a bug to him where he does output a little more damage than he possibly should be. But other than that, I mean, you still need to pick heroes that can deal up against him. And falling so far behind so early in the game just allowed RNO to take advantage and actually lead this game. But other than that, game one does go in favor of RNO over Team Sexy. We will be back very shortly, guys. Please do stick around. Thanks.